Hi folks, and welcome back to our YouTube channel. Sorry we haven't posted in a while. It's been a very busy period over the last few weeks, but I do promise we're going to try a bit harder and get a few more videos out to you over the coming weeks. A couple of really special videos for you today. We had an Enzo Ferrari in with us for a check over before the customer took it on a track day, a charity track day for their ambulance. So we were delighted to be able to help them with that. We also have a very spectacular GT2 RS, which came in for a major service. One other car that I want to talk about that we had in this week was a little Porsche Macan 3-litre diesel, suffering from what a lot of modern diesels suffer from, coking up. This is an interesting video showing you exactly what happens to the induction system and how it gets coked up. Interesting video, I hope you enjoy it. Okay folks, so here we have a 2017 3-litre diesel Porsche Macan. Customer complaint was that the car was bringing up an engine management light and it was getting into limp home mode. Very common fault in modern diesel engines. So here you can see Mark's working at the car and the throttle body is completely coked in diesel particulate matter. The inlet manifold is also coked. And you can see there, this car also has an AdBlue problem. And you'll see some crystallization there from the AdBlue that's been leaking down past the engine as well. So what we had to do is we have to replace the AdBlue injector and also clean out the throttle body, the intake manifold, clean the whole thing out and put it all back together again and then retest it. So all ready to go back into the car. That's the carbon deposit out of the manifold and out of the throttle body. So once we've all that cleaned up, back together again, the car should be running perfectly well. As well as that, today we're going to do a bit of a walk around the workshop and show you what's happening. And at the very end, we have a very special video from George, giving us a bit of an insight into some of the training videos that he does for the technicians here in the workshop. So stay tuned. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We'll talk soon. Okay folks, so we're in the workshop now and I just want to go through a few cars that are in the workshop at the moment. So behind me here is a 1903 Peugeot, which hasn't been run since 1960. You'll see actually the tax disc on the front of the car. We are recommissioning the car, getting it ready for the London to Brighton run. The car came all the way from England to be recommissioned by us. So there'll be footage of its first start as well, which hopefully will be sometime next week. So as well as the Peugeot in this corner, we have these two classic Lotus Esprits. One's a Series 3 and one's a Series 5. The Series 5 has been recommissioned after not being driven for quite some time, and we're nearly finished that car. Hopefully in the next 2 to 3 weeks that'll be up and running. We'll take it to MOT. This car, again, a little bit of recommissioning work and a major service, so there'll be more videos of this car when we're actually working on it over the next few weeks as well. Okay, as well as the Lotus and the Peugeot, we also have this 2007 997 that needs a fair bit of work. You can see the engine's out of the car at the moment, and the reason for that is 2 of the coolant pipes that actually go over the engine have failed and we've had to replace those. So I'll just show you exactly what I mean. So these are aluminium pipes that go right over the engine, and you can see here that there's a fair bit of corrosion and they've started to leak on both sides. So both these pipes will need to be replaced, and just to do those pipes, the whole engine and transmission needs to come out of the car. So as well as the 997, we have a 996 here that needs quite a bit of commissioning work too. We're taking the engine out of it at the minute to do the same coolant pipes. We're doing the IMS seal and also the IMS bearing, along with a complete set of brakes and a major service as well. So that's going to take another couple of weeks to get completed. And lastly in the workshop today, folks, we've got this 964. It's actually George's own car. We're actually recommissioning it as well. It's been off the road for probably 4 or 5 years. So major service, all brakes are going to be replaced. We're doing some suspension work and getting it MOT'd. And it's going to be used at a wedding that's coming up in June. Okay folks, so that's what's going on in the workshop today. One last thing to show you is a training video that George has done on a Audi RS4 trying to diagnose an electrical fault. So
Today we have an RS4 in with ABS warning light issue. We have already checked the ABS sensor and replaced it after checking it with the picoscope. So it was a driver's rear ABS sensor. The original sensor did have a poor signal compared right to left, and the new sensor certainly helped that and got us a consistent reading. But the ABS light still wouldn't go out, and it was bringing up issues with, it was always bringing up issues with right rear ABS sensor. But we couldn't say anything wrong with it. We checked for information at the East. Well, we checked for information from Autodata and Haynes, and there's no known faults. We removed the ECU cover and checked for any water in the plenum chamber, of which there wasn't. So we have now connected the hotel and we went into actual values. Mark had already went into actual values and brought up the physical speed of both rear wheels in miles per hour, and they were both showing the same. But I went in and used the graphing function. So went into actual values, went into graphs, selected the both rear wheel speed sensors, and then selected show only those selected, and everything looks fine. And then took it for a drive. So we will try and show you what is happening in whenever we drive. So the bottom graph is the right rear. Hopefully you can see that on the bottom chart, although the overall speeds are the same of both rear wheels, on the bottom chart, whenever we go over a bump of any sort or an undulation, that the bottom graph has a sawtooth pattern.
Okay folks, hope you enjoyed that content. There was a fair bit in that today. Interesting, the training video that George does, we use that for internal training for our technicians here. Very, very helpful for those guys improving their skills on diagnostics. So, as I said before, like and subscribe, and please share the videos. See you again soon.